Hey Commanders fans, get ready, because today we have exclusive news about our team, and you can't miss a single detail. So take advantage and subscribe to the channel. Activate the bell to receive everything firsthand, and of course, leave. I like to strengthen our support and show that there are only true fans here. Our commitment is to always bring you the latest updates, news, and everything that goes on behind the scenes at Commanders. So, without further ado, let's check out today's news. Zack Ertz silences doubters as Commanders' reliable weapon garners rave reviews. All the hype this offseason has been about quarterback Jayden Daniels and the Washington Commanders' impressive signings. But one analyst believes the player who resurfaced last season could play a significant role in the team's success next season. The Commanders got more than they bargained for with Zack Ertz last season. They gave him a chance to jumpstart his career with a one-year deal that, oddly enough, reunited the tight end with Cliff Kingsbury. It was a low-risk gamble that paid off handsomely. Fans approached the move with cautious optimism. Some analysts believed Father Time had already caught up with the former second-round pick. It didn't take long to realize that Ertz still had plenty of good stuff left in him. Analyst expects another big year for Commanders. Zack Ertz, in 2025, the three-time Pro Bowler has emerged as one of Daniels' most reliable targets. Ertz's consistency of hands, sure-footed body control, and ability to step up in the moments that mattered most stood out throughout a memorable campaign. He was a dedicated mentor to others and an exceptional leader in the locker room, which only added to his influence. Washington rewarded Ertz with a new one-year contract. There are high hopes that the same levels of performance can be maintained, which Jonathan Macri of Pro Football Focus believes is possible, after naming him Washington's most underrated player in 2025. Zack Ertz had some standout seasons with the Eagles and wasn't underrated at the time, but as a 34-year-old tight end nearing the end of his career, it seemed like his best seasons were behind him. However, Ertz caught more than 80 passes in 2024 for the first time since 2019, which led to his best PFF receiving grade, 72.5, and total yards, 809, in that span. He ranked among the top 10 in targets for his position in the regular season, an impressive feat at this stage of his career. Jonathan Macri. There's not much Ertz hasn't accomplished over the course of his career. He's hungry for more, and the thought of retirement has never crossed his mind after finding a new lease on life in Washington. John Bates will take over the blocking duties, and it would be a huge disappointment if Ben Sinnott, the second pick in the 2024 draft, wasn't involved. Still, the Stanford graduate will take on the responsibility. His previously developed chemistry with Daniels and his supreme understanding of Kingsbury's offensive concepts, acquired during his time with the Arizona Cardinals, leave reason for hope. If Ertz can achieve anything close to his production from last season, the Commanders will be in a good position. Alvin Kamara has been traded to the Washington Commanders. The Washington Commanders shelled out a good chunk of assets for players like Deebo Samuel and Laramie Tunsil this offseason. But there's one more that would be a perfect fit for them. Enter Alvin Kamara. The Saints are heading into a season that will likely result in 4 wins or less, and with that, Kamara could look to leave. There really isn't a world where this is a playoff-caliber team, and if that continues, it might be in New Orleans' best interest to take Kamara's money off the books. Why the Commanders trade for Alvin Kamara? For the Washington Commanders, acquiring Alvin Kamara would be a clear sign that they are ready to compete at the highest level. After an offseason that saw them draft quarterback Jayden Daniels and hire former Arizona Cardinals head coach Cliff Kingsbury as their new offensive coordinator, the Commanders are reportedly fully committed to building a potent, high-performance offense for the second consecutive year. Jayden Daniels, the dynamic and mobile quarterback from ASU and LSU, has brought a new level of excitement to Washington's offense in 2024. Paired with Kingsbury's innovative offensive mind, Daniels thrived in a system that emphasized speed, versatility, and unpredictability. The addition of Kamara, who is as dangerous catching passes out of the backfield as he is running between the tackles, gives the Commanders a multidimensional threat that will keep opposing defenses on their toes. How Kamara would fit in Washington. Alvin Kamara's skill set is a perfect fit for Cliff Kingsbury's offense. Kingsbury, known for his spread concepts and creative playmaking, will have a field day incorporating Kamara's unique talents. Kamara can line up in the backfield, in the slot, or even on the wing, creating mismatched plays all over the field. His ability to create yards after the catch will be invaluable in Kingsbury's fast-paced passing attack, and his vision and patience as a runner will complement Daniels' mobility and passing ability. Austin Eckler is currently under contract, but he's no match for Kamara, and Brian Robinson will be Kamara's lightning rod. Washington Commanders trade Saints receiver Chris Olave. It's no secret that Ohio State has produced some of the best wide receivers in the NFL. Ohio State's 2021 wide receivers room in particular proved to be special. Garrett Wilson, Jamison, Williams, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Marvin Harrison Jr., Emeka Egbuka, and Chris Olave were all in that room. While most of those players are great quarterbacks, or at least for Wilson, an upgrade at quarterback, Olave hasn't been as fortunate. Some argue that Derek Carr's retirement is actually a good thing for Olave, but the backup plan isn't much better. The New Orleans Saints selected Tyler Show with the 40th overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, but many are skeptical. In fact, TWSN's Daniel Alameda wrote that Show would be a bust. Alameda explained, "The Saints are currently in the bottom 5 in terms of overall salary cap space and will remain that way through 2026. They are in the midst of a complete overhaul under new head coach Kellen Moore, and the simple process of drafting a 25-year-old rookie at quarterback is not smart." With that in mind, there have been rumors that Olave could be leaving the Saints. This is a significant deal, as Olave had over 1,000 receiving yards in the first 2 years of his NFL career before getting injured last season, playing in just 8 games. In a tweet from Andrew Filipponi, he stated that the Steelers are working on a trade for Olave, according to Adam Crowley. If true, this would mean that Olave is on the market, and other teams would have a chance to acquire him as well. One option that would make a lot of sense would be the Washington Commanders. Washington Commanders trade for Chris Olave despite having Jaden Daniels as their quarterback of the future. The Commanders don't have a long-term plan for the wide receiver. Below, we'll take a closer look at that question and determine whether such a trade would be realistic. Chris Olave joining the Washington Commanders. The Commanders may have thought they solved their wide receiver problem by trading for Deebo Samuel this offseason. However, there are a few issues. First, Samuel is 29 years old, which means he doesn't have much gas left. The same can be said for Washington's WR1, Terry McLaurin, who is the same age. At least with McLaurin, we can predict that he'll be great again in 2024, after surpassing 1,000 yards with Daniels last season. Samuel is a different story. In 2024, Samuel had just 670 receiving yards and hasn't had more than 1,000 receiving yards since his dominant 2021 season. When you consider that a smart organization like the San Francisco 49ers traded Samuel for a 5th-round pick, you shouldn't feel confident that he'll produce in 2025.